All right, everybody. It's the beginning of the Windstar swap. I skipped the obvious stuff for time, but just go over real quick what I'm trying to do here. We're trying to set this up for stock hood clearance. So we're gonna have to have this is a 2000, so we're gonna have to have a swap on this throttle cable here. See, we have the IRC there. We might use the Windstar one instead. Don't think it'll be any restricted. We'll see how it handles. Might have to adjust the tune. And we have a throttle body that'll fit under there for a GT, thanks to the Bama performance tune. I can hopefully adjust it if we have any problems. But I don't think there'll be much difference between the two IACs. I removed our tubing for the cold air intake that was originally there for the V6. We've hacked the coolant crossover down. So now we gotta kind of take stuff apart, keep track of what we're doing. Throttle body's coming off. And we'll touch base when we get to the manifold. Alright, we've now gotten to remove the intake manifold that came stock. I've left some of the coil pack plugged in so I don't lose my place. Kind of just set it to the side. You got a brake booster here. I'm just gonna set these to the side. I've reattached the new cable, ball and clevis. Got it hooked up on the inside as well. So that's ready for cable bracket mounting on the intake. So that everything's removed. Still got our EGR here, lowering bracket. Hopefully we won't have any hood clearance problems. That's the aim for this one. Hence the GT throttle body, etc. So unless you got a custom tune, this is gonna be a little bit, I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, I guess it's worth it. It'll be worth it, but a tune would definitely be recommended if you don't have one. You gotta find a place to mount these evap sensor things. But again, we're just gonna kind of leave it hanging so we don't get confused. We're gonna try and now we'll clean up the engine bay a bit while everything's nice and open. It's been dirty for years. Try to get a little bit of the lower ports clean. And we'll show you the reassembly of all the parts we got. Alright, so we have everything kind of tightened up, shined up a little bit here. I took the bracket off where these sensors go, and we're gonna kind of just remote mount them off to the side for convenience sake. Maybe tag this one off the IAC, which we still have to extend wires for, and also for the throttle position sensor. Once we take that off the other throttle body, we're gonna test fit the yours truly over here, the Winnie, the headache, but it should give us the clearance we need. So let's put it on there, see what happens. All right, everybody, not the best lighting in here, but basically we have the manifold test fit on there. For my assembly, as I'll mention, I welded a straight hose barb. So this heater hose is curled underneath there. And hopefully wrap it around the side or wherever I decide to mount the IAC. But the most important thing is we check in there, make sure we're sitting flat and our hose isn't too kinked. And then we'll go ahead with the test fit here. So No contact really, but for intensive purposes, sorry about the video, you guys can see that it hits, or covers it, doesn't hit anything. And the rest is just tucking everything back in. Want to note here, I broke off a sensor last night trying to bend the fuel rail. Make sure you bend your fuel rail at the downward angle like you see that, and use a nice crescent wrench or something that won't scuff it up or break it, or break it off with your hand like me. Alright guys, just did a little bit of test fitting and connecting everything together. We'll start over here. The vacuum tee, I ran a 1/4 inch line across, and I'll show you where that goes. I've taken this one here and maybe tuck it a little bit. That connects to this hose in the corner, splits off by this green thing here. So I just ran that to the top here. You can obviously do whatever you want. This PCV connects to the cold air intake. I will show you how to do that later. Our throttle cables are in a good place. Hopefully we'll have a good bracket for you. That'll angle it nice to the throttle geometry. Got our PCV connected. You got our sensors connected with existing tubing here. Ran these two connectors for the EGR into a T. Connected that with the, this is the old 1/4 inch line that was over there. And transferred it to the 1/4 inch brass T. And brake boosters, and there's the other end of that 1/4 inch T that connects back into the manifold. Alright everybody, just checking in on the next step here. Had to put it away for a couple days, but right now we've got the angled throttle body spacer that we made out of throttle body spacer. Here's the throttle positioning sensor. Cables have been extended to reach. We have our IAC wires snipped right there and ready to connect at our desired length. We've got our tubes kind of running through here to hopefully put the IAC valve together. We got this off here, off the Windstar. Here's my fabricated piece, simple plate bolted together. We're gonna mount that, get the throttle brackets finished. I'm starting to tap these holes here. And then hopefully we'll start her up before the battery dies. But it's a brand new battery, so it should be all right. All right, here's a quick video of the car running. Throttle bracket's not done yet, but we can hear it. Sounds a little bit better. I don't know if it's coughing out some dirt, but we'll touch base with the rest later. Alright guys, here's the finished Windstar video. We got our stock hood clearance. Pop it up. So we can see everything in there. Just real simple bracketry. Maybe I'll trim this PCV hose. I got all my sensors figured out. Ran the exhaust using the GT and the V6 pieces. Everything seems pretty good. Ended up putting new grommets Sounds a little better. He's running good, feels better, and we're all happy with the swap.